getting hit by. If you look like you got hit by a bus, some guys don't care. They just like, as long as you bust it open when we get home, I don't care if you look like a bus when we leave the house.
Okay.
So, it's different.
Okay, well, you know.
Nobody told you to start the camera. That was on you.
Alrighty, guys. Well, welcome
to the J&O Show,
where we talk about
things that we were never told. I'm Jay.
And I'm O.
And now you know.
If you guys are new to our channel, please make sure that you like, comment, share, and subscribe. Make sure you turn on those post notifications so you can know when we upload.
Indeed.
You never want to miss an episode.
Mm-hmm.
Alright.
Yes.
So today's episode, we thought we'd talk about the importance of making sure that you look good after you've been in a relationship for quite some time.
Lies. Okay.
Okay, so look,
we disagree on this a little bit. We're just gonna actually probably make for a great video. So you go ahead. You say your argument.
Okay, well, I'll put it to you like this. Okay, me personally, I like to like good for me. For numero uno, for Omika, I like to look good for me. Now for
lies. Go ahead.
Anywho, like I was saying, all right, because I've been doing this since I can remember when. I don't know, but I guess because I've always been into fashion.
Nah, it's your mama fault.
Hey.
It's your mama fault.
Well,
it's all your mama fault. Y'all ain't seen her mama. It's her mama fault. She be coming through here with these outfits and suits on and stuff. You be like, you ain't supposed to be dressing like that no more. Them days is gone and left behind. You ain't got no business. And she be like, nah, hat tilted to the side with stuff hanging off it.
Nah.
Whatever. She got it from her mama.
Whatever. Look, I've always been into looking good. I believe.
She's right.
Because I believe that when you look good, you feel good.
You look good, you feel good.
Yes. So I mean, and it doesn't mean that you have to be like dressed to the nine, like dipped every time you step out the house. But I mean, you want to make sure you're together. Like, I'm not the type of person, and no shade to those that do, but I'm not the type of person who would necessarily walk out the house like it's been a trend in like my PJs to go to the supermarket. Even though, listen, I'm just saying,
the shade is just coming down.
Even though that's like a new trend, especially with people being on quarantine and stuff like that. But I guess that's just never been my thing.
Like now, a college thing, right?
Yeah, I guess it's more of like a
college thing.
Maybe.
College,
I don't know,
high school.
because I didn't do that in college, and I feel like when I was in college, I don't really feel like people did that either. Like, they didn't wear their pajamas to like Walmart.
No, well, no, not our generation was different with everything.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that's something that I saw. That's something I saw after, when I was done with college, I started to see that more and more often, and then it became a situation where I saw it all the time.
Well, I don't know. Call me old-fashioned, old school, whatever you want to call it. But that was just something that we just didn't do. Don't get me wrong. You throw on some sweats and a t-shirt, you know what I'm saying? Or like a fitted whatever to go. No, I'm saying like if you don't want to do your hair, because I love hats. But like, you know, I love hats, wraps, if you guys haven't noticed, like I'll throw on a head wrap in a minute, but I love headgear, basically accessories period, because like I said, I love fashion. But anyway, getting back to my point, I always have been of the mindset that I want to make sure that I look good for me. Of course, when you're dating someone or when you're married with someone, you do want to look good for them too. I mean, I would hope that you would want them to find you attractive. So you would hope, you know, that you would want to make sure that you also keep yourself up for them. I know that everyone isn't like that, and I know that all guys don't necessarily care about that. Some do, some don't.
Most of us don't. We don't.
Yeah, but me personally, I do, because like I said, I think it's important just for yourself, because like I said, when you look good, you tend to feel good. You feel better about yourself. And that's my tidbit. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
Let me tell you what it really is. All right, from a guy's perspective, we ain't care nothing about y'all looking good for yourself when you step out the door. You know what you want. You know, just no. See, cause we gonna get real on this show. See, we gonna sit up here. I know we got a lot of sanctified and holy Christians that watch this channel. Yes, Lord. The power of the Lord compels you to stay, but we need to be honest. Mom. No, we need to be honest about some of this stuff that's happening out here. You know what? The men, I'm talking about married people. This is for the Christians. For the Christians. We gonna just pretend I'm talking about the married folk. For the rest of y'all that ain't Christian, you know you're probably doing stuff when you ain't married anyway. So let's just be honest here. Us guys only really care about you looking bucket naked. That's it. If you walked around the house with no clothes on, we would be fine. That would cure so many of our ailments in our body.
Really?
Boy, if you don't...
Man, listen.
Ailments?
This is, look, we gonna consider you being bucket naked in the house as compared to the way you think water is. That's what it is. It is it is the source of life. It is like sunlight, water, and air. That's what it is to us.
Man, yes, sir. Can I get an amen? Yes.
If you did that, we would let so much slide. We wouldn't be worried about how you look when you left the house. I'm kidding, y'all. I'm kidding. I'm joking. look, in all honesty, a lot of people who don't be like, I ain't got time to be doing all that, getting all dressed up and looking all cute. Ain't nobody got time for doing all of that.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Look, let me tell you what it is, right? If you've never experienced it, because maybe you were raised in a house where it wasn't necessarily the most important thing or it wasn't important at all, and you just was like, look, throw this on, throw that on, leave the house, go on, just wear what you need to do to go out. Your clothes can look rough and beat up and tattered and all types of stuff, and they didn't care. If you were raised in that thing, you're probably one of the people who goes, I don't see what the big deal is. Because it's not that important. It's not going to affect me getting my money. It's not going to affect, let me tell you what it affects. You presenting yourself a certain way. And I'm not talking about excess.
Right. Like
this one does excess, right? But that's part of the reason why I liked her, because I did excess. So that's why we fit. When I wanted somebody who would look a certain way when I went out, because I would look a certain way. As a guy, you don't want to walk out and be out dressing your boo. Like, that look crazy. That don't make no sense. She over here looking rough, and you over here dipped out. Like, that don't make no sense. So I had to get somebody who was sort of kind of where I am, right? Let me tell you something. For people who just never have been into it, and I'm not saying into fashion, I'm just talking about looking neat, presentable, you know what I'm saying, having your stuff together. I don't care if you just always do a pushback and you don't experiment with your hair at all.
Ponytail.
That's ponytail. I call it a pushback because, you know, push your wig back. So look, if you're doing a pushback and you do a pushback all the time and you do it neat and clean, and if you wear earrings, it's just together, like you look like a lawyer type thing, people treat you a certain way. And guess what? It feels good to be liked.
True.
Everybody that I've had the situation where I've helped people like get dressed, buy things, put out together outfits and stuff. People everywhere from people who dress, who just like, yo, I don't know what to wear right now, and for people who just never did it. All the people who just never did it and didn't really care loved how they felt when they saw themselves in the mirror and was like, oh, I never think I could look like that. Guess what? We need to stop acting like we're something different than what we are. People, we shallow. We are shallow and we judge each other. That is the truth, not what we hope. It is not this magical world that exists in the minds of the righteous, where people we judge each other. So guess what? If you walk into your local Target or whatever store and you're clean and neat and you walk and carry yourself away, everybody treats you a certain way. If you walk in there looking busted, broke down, and like you couldn't bother to comb your hair before you left the house, people gonna treat you like you broken, busted. When you walk out the door, whether you want to or not, are advertising yourself to the world.
Yes.
The entire world.
You're saying, hello,
yes,
this is me.
This is me. And it doesn't matter if it's for the purpose of people wanting personal relationships. Oh, you seem sort of cool and quirky. You're wearing something sort of awkward. I wear awkward stuff too. Or I'm pretty sure a lot of you have said, hey, look at that t-shirt you're wearing. I play that game too. I love that cartoon too. Mm-hmm. You're advertising yourself and who you are with what you wear. It would be beautiful if we lived in a world that wasn't it and people didn't judge a book by its cover. But guess what?
We don't.
We all judge books by their cover. It's the reality. And what I want to talk and speak to is controlling your own narrative. You want to control what you want people to initially think of you. That is in your, you actually control that.
And for people who be like, oh, well, I don't care what people think about me.
Stop.
Bruh.
The lies.
Don't lie to yourself.
We all care.
You all care to a certain extent. And
Yes.
if you don't,
Yeah.
you should.
Yes.
You know why? Because we need people.
Yes. We need people.
We need each other. At some point in time in your life, you will need somebody.
Right.
And so you do need to care what people think about you
Right.
to a certain extent.
Right.
I'm not saying that you need to not be yourself.
Right.
You know what I mean? To get people to
That's
like
actually
you.
the exact opposite.
Yeah,
of what I'm
right.
saying.
No, we want you to present who you are.
Yes.
When you go out into the world, because
Right.
you want to present who you are to the world.
Right.
But what we're saying is you want to make sure that, and when I say, you know, I like to dress and all that kind of stuff, and saying take the time to look good, like Jay said, it doesn't necessarily have to be all like I said, like dipped out all the time.
Because she don't really wear makeup. Just throwing it out there. This is just a
Yeah.
random example. She
Right.
don't really wear makeup.
Like
that.
I'm not a big makeup person. The most I do is my eyebrows, because I believe that your eyebrows tell the whole story. Like your hair could look jacked up. As long as your eyebrows is together, everything else will fall into place. I'm a firm believer in this. Okay. Yeah, I'm a firm believer in that. So yeah, the most I do is my eyebrows, and that's it. I might throw on some mascara. I put on some mascara sometime for you guys, and maybe some lip gloss, and I'm good to go.
Yeah.
All right. For me, that's all I need. Some people, they ain't even gotta do that.
Right.
Like he said, they just push back
Yup.
and they gone.
Yeah.
And that's cool. But as long as you are presentable, like you don't want to go out the house looking like you don't belong to anybody.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like you don't want to come out just looking all kinds of crazy, like
Yeah.
you live on the street.
Right.
You know, because then unfortunately, like he said, we judge people.
We do.
We shouldn't, but we do judge people by their appearance. So if you come outside presenting yourself to the world looking like you live on the street, then people are going to look at you a certain way and they're going to treat you a certain way. Unfortunately, that's kind of like going around.
Yeah, we went way off subject, but it just came up, and then sometimes that happens. Okay.
Yeah.
So she was talking about looking good for yourself.
Right.
So even bringing that home, just like I was saying, there's some people that I've dressed who just never were really into it, and then they saw themselves and were like, yo, the walk was different. The way they walked was different.
Yeah,
the way
you
they
get a
held them,
pep in
all
your
of a sudden
step.
they started
Okay, you
chest
like,
up, chin up. Oh, wait a minute. I ain't never seen myself look like that before. And it helps for us to look. Everybody has something of worth, and you need to know this about yourself.
Right.
And that will change it. Like your perspective in your life is everything. Your perspective on life is everything. It will tell in detail what you can get out of it. You can be the most talented person. Like people always talking about, there's probably somebody on the basketball court better than Michael Jordan was. They're better than Michael Jordan. I swear, I saw him play Michael Jordan one time. He beat this, but you know, they do all of that and stuff. And why didn't he make it? Well, you know, I don't know. He was, I can tell you exactly why. Because he didn't understand the importance of people. That's why. Michael Jordan understood that. As crazy as the man was sometimes, because he used to imagine scenarios in his head that never happened so he could win a game. He's crazy. But he understood. If you look at his behind the scenes, he was able to get along with people great. He was able to build great relationships with people around him who could help him achieve what he wanted to achieve. And a part of that was making sure that when he went out, he looked a certain. You have to look like what it is you're trying to do. You're trying to be a lawyer, start dressing like a lawyer now. You want to be an artist of some kind, start getting in touch with your artistic self and bringing that out. You want to be a video gamer? Well, luckily you don't have to do a whole lot. But guess what? If you're walking around wearing a video game t-shirt, it's a chance that other people who like video games are going to start talking to you. And you'll be able to hook up with people. People are the key to success.
Right.
You can be as good as you want to, but if you don't have people, you're not going to be successful with it. It doesn't even matter. So I just wanted to throw that tidbit out there. I know we started off the video all crazy. I was wilding out. I was saying that, you know, it was true. As long as y'all walking around the house looking, man, we'll be all right.
Okay.
But for yourself, you gotta make sure that you're presenting yourself. I mean, you know, I'm just gonna run around Target. It's around the corner. I ain't got time to do all of that.
Right.
Don't do all of that.
Right.
But don't do nothing.
Right.
Don't
like roll out of bed. And
I'm telling you, you don't know when you're gonna meet who.
Exactly.
And the person that you can meet could change your life. So
Yes.
at least for yourself. Walk in such a way where you can present. We just did a video about confidence.
Yes, we did.
So at least present that confidence that you have in yourself. Do enough.
Right.
And though you may think it doesn't, because I know the Bible talks about, you know, doing stuff so that people can, hey, look at me. You don't got to be flashy.
Right.
Save that for people. Save that for the sinners like me who want to be flashy. You can keep it low key and neat, but let it be who you are.
Just make it nice and neat.
And guess what? You ain't busted, so ain't no need for you to dress like it.
Right.
Yeah, you like that. I tell you to love yourself. Sometimes I'm on the road, boy. I tell you, sometimes it's good to me. It's good
Well,
to me.
anyway, hopefully you guys got something out of that, because I know we're kind of all over the place.
Bask in the glory of me. I'm kidding. I'm joking.
But if you guys appreciate the content and you liked the video, give us a huge thumbs up.
Indeed.
Let us know that you are feeling our content, you are feeling what we're doing, so that way we can continue to produce more of what you want.
Yes.
Okay? And make sure, speaking of which, if you do have a topic that you want us to talk about, make sure that you put that in the comments section and write hashtag next show, so that way we can go ahead and filter through and get to the topics you want to hear. Okay? But I think that's going to do it for today.
Indeed.
Yes. All right. Well, thanks for rocking with us. Thanks for checking us out. Be sure to check us out again next week, same time, same channel.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
Later, family.
Peace.
Press the off button.